Utkarsh, for giving us all of those details. That's the SOP that has been put place by the AAI, talking about passengers who will be flying via airlines now. Well, let's get a move on then and focus in on earnings. And Dr. Reddy's yesterday came out with its quarterly show. It was a healthy Q4 for the US business. The domestic business, though, was a little bit disappointing or muted. Profits as well have grown on the back of their generics business. Erez Israeli is the Chief Executive Officer at Dr. Reddy's and now joins in to talk a little bit more about the earnings and the way forward. Thank you so much for taking time out. Let's begin with the US business because that has performed well for you in the fourth quarter. What has led to this kind of a performance, and do you think that you can scale up the business even further?
I believe that we enjoyed the growth in all spaces that we decided on our strategy. So it was another quarter in which we executed our strategy and focused on the activities that we believed and that will bring us growth. So all those spaces grew during Q4. In addition to that, we enjoyed the leverage of our infrastructure and the ability to continue to be more efficient and more productive. So the combination of those growth in the relevant spaces and being more productive helped us to grow.
Fair enough. I think my screen is jammed, Avan, so I'm just going to toss it back to you.
Okay, I'll get forward the next question. Mr. Israeli, you know, your India business, and we were talking about that at the start, it grew by just about 5%, and that was much lower than what the street was expecting. Was that mainly due to the lockdown concerns, or do you think it was a one-off, or is the India business likely to remain sluggish?
It's primarily because of the event in March, in which we will not be able to logistically supply the relevant activities to the relevant customers that we have. So it's very much about it. In general, I'm very pleased with our performance in India. Besides, of course, those lockdown that happens in the last weeks of March.
Forward, we seem to be getting a lot of news from across the globe about vaccines, how there is a lot of progress that has been made on that front. You know, you'd be, of course, better placed to answer that question that's on everyone's mind right now. What is the update on that front? When do you think we could actually get some conclusive good news with respect to the vaccine, treating people for the pandemic? Because there's so much that's really been spoken about this.
And naturally, it's going to, I don't know what will happen. I cannot predict what will happen. I hope for everybody and for the people of India that it will be one wave and that's it. But of course, there are other scenarios that you all know well. As for the pharma business, I am optimistic. I do see our ability to grow. This is a needed industry, especially those affordable medicines all over the world. And we do see a track of growth even through the new reality of COVID-19. And naturally, there will be places and situations in which people could not meet doctors or could not fill their prescription, and the overall market may have seen those challenges. I'm personally optimistic about our ability as Dr. Reddy to grow.
Mr. Israeli, between the last results to now, the overall plans of Dr. Reddy, most of them have been cleared. What's the outlook now going forward?
All the plans are clear. All of them has either VAI or NAI, meaning that we can supply products all over the world. We received also the AR for FTO3, which is a big site for us. So far, so good. I'm very happy that after 5 years, we cleared all the issues. So those issues are behind us. And of course, quality, safety will continue to be a priority for us also in the future.
USFDA has been clearing plants, giving approvals. So do you expect to see fast-track approvals now for the industry?
believe that they are doing the process the way they are doing. All the approvals that we got are within the normal cycle, not because of the coronavirus.
Okay, and you have a big exposure to the emerging markets due to the lockdown. How is this business getting impacted?
Luckily or smartly, we invested heavily into digital. So when the lockdowns in the various countries continue, we moved immediately to communicate with the customer remotely. And this helped us a lot. So we were always known for being a digital savvy company, and we even planning to enhance it. And so it paid off very, very nicely. Indeed, we had some headwind as related to a currency or logistic issues in some of the markets, but I believe that we are overcoming those challenges.
All right, and finally then, Mr. Israeli, we're looking at your operational performance, and your EBITDA has managed to grow faster than your top line growth. Have the cost-cutting measures that have been implemented by the company, started to pay off results, and what are the further cost-cutting measures that you have on the anvil?
Yes, it's primarily productivity, meaning that we were able to grow on the basis of the same cost or less, because we also invested in new activities. So as we discussed, we want that our sites and our R&D and our market activities will be efficient, if possible, the most efficient. And what we did is primarily took much more activities on the same cost structure by the ability to leverage product from a country to a country, and by able to do more activities with the same basis of cost. And this is what is reflected in the P&L. You can see that the EBITDA grew much faster than the sales.
We'll let you go on that note. Thank you for sharing with us the outlook on your overall business. That's the management of Dr. Reddy's, the stock that's currently at about 38.67 in today's trading session. Great going for the broader universe. We'll slip into a quick break with news that we're at 91.44 on the Nifty.